Hello, Batsy, it's me, the Joker! Alright, so in wave one, we got the Flash, we've got Robin, we've got Batman, we've got Joker. They're on some like little card backs. They're the kids line, but the scale is Marvel Legends, and this is the scale that DC is going to be going in. Told everyone they'd be insane and not to do the 6-inch or 6.5-inch Marvel Legends scale, because that's what everyone wanted. But the card backs, you know, they've got separate artwork, separate names, new, the Flash, 4 Plus, Mattel, etc., etc. And the artwork is nice, but we're not really here for the cards. We're here for the figures. But we'll still check out the back. So fortunately, the back, they all have the same blurb, they all have the same wave, just different names and pictures. So it says, the nefarious DC supervillains never rest, always scheming and plotting. Their vile pursuit of crime and chaos wreaks havoc across the world. Superheroes beware. So I guess this is called the core, it's called supervillains, even though there's literally only one supervillain, which is the Joker. So go figure. But with all that being said, let's get these bad boys open, and we're gonna start. I'm gonna get them all out once, but I'm gonna start with Batman. All right, the first cool thing I'll say about this figure is he does come with a weapons rack, and all those weapons, they slot all of his stuff, slots onto there, but also there is a place on the back of his belt to peg in these accessories. So we got his grapnel gun, we got a batarang, and we got a canister of whatever, and then of course he's holding a batarang. And is the articulation the best on these guys? No, we're gonna go over it. There's no torso articulation, no ankle rockers or anything like that. But the scaling and the proportions and all that stuff fit in perfectly with other 6.5-inch scale stuff. No wire cape, I'm assuming because they've got cloth capes for these. The collector's ones will probably have wired, we can only hope, soft goods capes. You know, like I said, they just peg on there. So it comes with a lot of accessories, and it's on a sprue, which is kind of difficult. So if you have snippers, it's probably best to use those. And these are 4 Plus, so it's a little difficult if a kid wants to do that. So the first one we have is Batman. He looks good. Like, we're gonna go in closer detail and all that stuff, but I want to get them all open. Also, I will say, this is like bringing me back to childhood, the way you have to open these, which is, you know, not with a knife or anything. You just tear the back off and pull the figure out. Because, of course, this is the kids' core line, so hey, there's Robin. Robin! And I'm just gonna say it's Tim Drake, because they do have a Nightwing coming out. So there's your Tim Drake Robin. This is all the stuff that's on sprue, so I gotta go ahead and get that stuff out. So yeah, it'll take me a minute. And then another cool thing about these like sprue things that they gave us is they do connect to each other. So you can build a bat arsenal. I'm sure they'll have a bat cave at some point too in the kids' core line, but that also means it can work for like adult stuff, right? So, you know, we got their stuff. He's got a lot of bladed stuff. Like this is, I know it's supposed to be Tim, or I'm assuming it's definitely not Damian, but he's got Damian type weaponry. Everything that Robin comes with has blades on it, except for handcuffs, and that head movement is very nice. So there's Batman and Robin. Let's take a look at them. So here we have, of course, Batman and Robin together. Scaling is important, and they scale perfectly. These guys are going to scale with Legends. I know we're going to get more articulated collector's line adult ones in the future, but for now, I couldn't wait. $13.99, you get 2 of these guys. Batman and Robin here were the same price as 1 Marvel Legend. So it's kind of a no-brainer, especially if you really want to see what Mattel is cooking with to begin with and what they're going to improve when it comes, like, we'll have butterfly joints, we'll have torso articulation, we'll have ankle rockers, we'll have swappable hands and heads and all that good stuff. So they're starting off really good here with these 2. And of course the details, we got gray and blue Batman suit, which is obviously the best look for Batman. And then of course Robin has multiple shades of green. He's got the red and the yellow. And the head sculpts are really nice as well, and I'm pretty sure they'll fit on a Marvel Legends. So there's lots of nice details. I like that the color comes back to the boots and the gloves and the shoulders. And then we got the darker green on the pants for Robin, and then darker green on the mask. And then Batman, of course, it's Batman. He's got the boots, the trunks, the gloves, the cowl, all in blue, the cape. And of course they got their weapons behind them. So they look really good, and I'm pleased. I'm happy with these guys. So who we got open next? Of course, the Joker. Let's get him out, the Clown Prince of Crime. Hello, Batsy, it's me, the Joker! My best Mark Hamill impression, I think it's pretty good, right? In case you were wondering what the sprue, I mean, you know what a sprue looks like, but this is where you get the missiles for his little Joker cannon that he comes with. So he's a little bit different. He doesn't have an armor, like he doesn't have a weapons rack like Batman and Robin do. But he does have a same, I don't know what these are supposed to be. It's the same thing that Batman had. These are supposed to be for kids, right? How are they supposed to get stuff out of these sprues? This is difficult. I'm not trying to break any nails. I just moved a bunch of stuff today and I didn't break any, so if I break one doing this, I'm gonna be quite upset. Quite indeed upset. Batsy! I was really impressed with my Joker impression. That was pretty damn good. I've never really done a Joker voice, but I was like, I can channel Mark Hamill, even though he's a freaking Zionist. Ugh, I hate that shit. Ruins everything. But it is what it is. You can't tell everyone they're an idiot. The best you can do is just call them out for it. So Mark Hamill, don't be a freaking idiot. Don't be a freaking idiot. Ugh. Alright, there's that. So I literally had to use my, okay, that one came off easily. But he doesn't have a weapons rack. So Joker just kind of SOL when it comes to that. But we get the missile, which is cool. Gives kids something to do. Like, I built this myself. It's like, you didn't really build it, kiddo. But very Joker-like to have a big old weapon like that, so it's fine. I get it. I don't really want to put, I mean, what is this, like an axe? I think it's supposed to be like an axe. Smile and say cheese! Okay, that I lost it there. That was not good. That was not a good Joker impression, but look how fantastic he looks next to Batman and Robin. Look at that. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it. There's all his stuff because he doesn't get a weapons rack. But, whoa. You got bats covered there, Joker. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the detail. Very nice paint. Oh wait, there's more accessories, I forgot. We're doing this all out of order, y'all, because this is a lot. But the face paint on there is nice, the sculpt is nice. Of course, the classic Joker outfit, purple, green, yellow. He's got it all. They do have pinless double knees. Single jointed arms, but that's another thing we'll get out of the collector's line is the better articulation on the arms and butterfly joints and all that stuff. But you really can't go wrong with the scale. That's what's most important, you know. He's about as tall as Batman, definitely taller than Robin. And we do get one other accessory. I'm just going to do the accessories as I go with these because it's just easier that way. So we get these swappable face covers. So we get a Jokerized Flash, Jokerized Batman, and Jokerized Robin. And what they do is they just kind of attach over the face rather than having swappable heads, which I was like curious how it would work. But there you go, that's how it works. It just sits on there. So, oh no, he got Robin. Look at that head articulation. That's great. They did a great job with that. But yeah, we got one more character to open as far as this, and then we get to like really dig in and see what's up with these guys. Yo, I really like that Flash head sculpt. That's great. The paint is nice too. They do have waist swivel. I didn't notice that on the other three, probably because I wasn't paying attention. But Flash does have waist swivel, so I'm assuming they do too. Very simple, but paint is nice. Paint apps are nice. On the back, they all have like a peg, all of them. So like I'm sure there's gonna be like backpack accessories for this line in the future and whatever. But as it stands with the scaling, like I said, these guys are great. I love them. I really do. I think, and they're fun. They're fun. That's the main thing. People are like, oh, if a toy isn't fun, then it's failing. And these are fun. I don't care what anyone says about, oh, they're cheap kids' toys. No, you just are very picky, and you can't have any fun. Maybe have a little fun once in a while. Of all the stuff that you get, the Flash is the stupidest, but it is lightning effects, so you can clip them on. So like he's running and he's got lightning. It's fine. It's just a gimmick. Like this is stupid. I don't know how I feel what you're supposed to do with that. But the rest of it, pretty cool. Also, these clear plastic ones come off way easier off the sprue. Like the solid plastic, they were a struggle. These ones just kind of pop off. I say as I make a fool of myself. No, there they go. And then this little clip goes on here like that. And then that's like a shield thing. I don't know, it's stupid. Flash doesn't need a shield, he's too fast. Why would he need a shield? Tell me why he would need a shield. I know it's for kids, kid's toy. It's fine, play factor, but you know, let's also be real with it, okay? Just a little bit. Oh man, that one is being a pain in the butt. Hello. Last one, come on, there we go. All right, so no weapons rack for the Flash either, but that's fine, that's okay. I got a whole pile, look at this, whole pile of boxes over here and my thigh, but I gotta take out the trash here. But these guys look great together. Just look at the scale, like I love it. I love it, I really do. I think they're fun, and that's what matters with these toys. That's what matters with these ones specifically, not Mattel's in the future, but based on the He-Man stuff that we got from Mattel, we know the DC line is gonna be great. And I don't care what any McFarlane stands say. I'm so glad McFarlane is done beginning of next year. I don't give a crap. You can justify and cope all you want how, oh, but McFarlane makes bad figures. He's not improved his figures since 2005. Like, that's the last time he did anything innovative or new with his action figures, was in the mid 2000s. And if you disagree with that, well, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. I was trying to think of something else, but that's really all I could think of. All right, we're gonna go over the fine details here really quickly. We're going to start with Batman, of course, and we're just going to take a look at the design and all that stuff. So the head sculpts on all these are very nice. In fact, I think we'll just go over the articulation as well as we're going figure by figure. But like, so I like the bat symbol. I like that it's got the yellow outline. I like the gray and blue. That's great. The belt is awesome. It's fantastic that you can put some of these accessories on here. There is a peg hole through the cape, so when they start giving backpacks and stuff, that means that, you know, you can port stuff into the back. And then as well, the thing that came with the Joker just clips onto there. It kind of makes his head a little oversized, but it's not too bad, and it is an interesting way for them to do that. But the head, of course, you saw the articulation's great. Shoulders come up about 90 degrees. We don't have a bicep cut or anything. We have single jointed elbows, which is fine for these guys. They're $13.99. We get a waist swivel, which I didn't know they even had. Legs come forward that far. We get a thigh cut. Pinless double knees with almost butt kicking action, not quite. There is also boot swivel. So these are limited, like, yes, but also these are designed for children. But it's just a taste of what Mattel is going to do when we get the adult stuff. Also, I saw that someone heated up the hands and pulled them out. You can't just pull them out, but Marvel Legends hands are compatible with these guys. So if you wanted to give Batman some fists and you had some blue fists, well, there you go. But the belt, it's like a bright yellow, which is cool. I like the colors. I like comic book colors. I don't like Batman in all black. That's a movie thing. That's not a comic book thing. And I liked that we got the gray and black suit for Batman vs. Superman with Ben Affleck. So Batman, we're gonna stick him right here for a second. If he wants to stand. And that's the one problem I would say is they should have had ankle rockers like that. That would have fixed a lot of problems. But next, let's take a look at Robin. We already saw the mask or the Joker face go over his head, so it just kind of slides under the hair. Head articulation, fantastic. Probably the best articulated head. Shoulders, 90 degrees. We do get a waist cut. Pinless single elbows, which because they just kind of poured in there. Legs come up that far. Butt kicking action, absolutely. Thigh cut, boot cut. And the details are great. It's a classic looking Robin while also being kind of a modern. And I'm just going to say this is Tim Drake. That's who this is to me, because we're getting a Nightwing in this core kids line. This is not Dick Grayson. This is not Jason Todd. This is a very Tim Drake looking outfit, very Tim Drake looking design. So we're going to say that's Tim right there. And he looks great next to Batman. They scale really well. He's slightly shorter, not too much shorter, but slightly. And then the Joker. Hello, it's me, everyone's favorite clown prince of crime. I had it that one time and then I lost it. My girlfriend doesn't like him. She thinks the proportions are weird. I know the Joker's supposed to be lanky, so I don't mind him, but that articulation is a little more limited than Batman and Robin there. Shoulders come up 90 degrees, pinless single elbow, waist cut, thigh cut, legs come forward. butt kicking very easily, pinless double knees. Of course, he actually still does have he has a boot swivel, but it's the shoes, so you can't really swivel them that much because the cuffs get in the way. And of course, like I said earlier, classic outfit. We've got that funny little bow tie. We've got the green shirt under the yellow vest, purple suit, pink acid flower probably, or more likely in this scenario, the Jokerized flower. So it's got to, oh, that fell off of Batman, didn't it? It did. It fell off of the Batman. His little smoke, I'm assuming it's like a smoke canister, but if you wanted to see, it did. So don't throw these out when you see them on the sprue. They are part of Batman. They are part of the figure, and they just kind of poured in there. Hello. Hello. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Jeez. It's because I have long nails right now, and also these are meant for children's hands, and I have adult hands. Also, I was bleeding somewhere. That's blood under my nail. I think I cut my knuckle somehow. There you go. Port's right on there. Cut my knuckle in one of my hands. But I really like these figures. I really do. And it just gets me so excited to finally get good 6.5-inch DC figures that don't cost an arm and a leg, right? Because that's the main thing here, is how much like Moth-X costs. And then of course it's a kid's toy. So Joker comes with this. These were actually in the sprue. I don't know why. Did I not put that in right? Does that one not launch? Like what's up with that? Oh, that one's just a reload. It's a dummy. It's a dummy. So you can store two, and it comes with 2 extra. But Joker, like I said, does not come with an armor rack. So you get 2 more of these. You get this like clown-headed axe. And then Batman has some of these too, but I don't know what these are supposed to be. If you know, let me know in the comments, because I don't know what those are. And then we already went over his other accessories. So, wait, okay, there's these. While we're going over accessories before we get to the flat, I know this video is all convoluted, but I don't think I've ever done 4 figures in one video. So here's Batman's weapons rack. Here's Robin's weapons rack. The cool thing about Robin is he comes with handcuffs, so you can handcuff the Joker, but all of his weapons have blades. Like, is this Robin a sociopath? Why is Batman letting him run around with double-sided glaives and razor sharp wingdings and whatever that is, right? And I think this for Batman is supposed to be like something he holds on to, and he can like slide down a rope or something. And that's all I can think of, is like he shoots the grapnel, and I don't know. We get batarangs, we get canisters, we get these disc thingies again, and then we get these kind of off-kilter batarangs, and those weapons bases connect. It's weird that Batman and Robin came with them and not Flash and Joker, but there is space to put the other stuff on there. So like all these little ports and stuff will fit. And it is cool how they made this universal, like we'll say Batman stole these from Joker, and that's why they're on here. It's like, well, couldn't let him have them. And then this also, like you can put this axe. Wait a second, no, it's the wrong way. Let's do it a different way. Because look how these are, so these are slotted to be on this one. So we'll go ahead and move Robin's wingding. His wingding, we'll just say every time Batman beats the Joker, he's like, give me those weapons, Joker, and he just has an arsenal of Joker stuff. It's like, nope, sorry, Joker. No toys for you today. The toys are only for Riley today. Today I play with my new Mattel DC toys. Ha ha. But yeah, all those, for the most part, I don't know why that one won't stay on there, but they do fit on there. And I know it seems like I'm just playing with toys at this point, but that's because I am. These are fun. These are fun. I want fun toys. I want my toys to make me happy, but also be fun. And you cannot beat play factor. And all of these toys have play factor. And then the last figure, of course, is Flash, not last but not least. And most of his effects are just like clip-ons for running effects, which is cool. Do they look the best? No, but this is for ages 4+, and I'm the plus part, so I can't really complain, right? But if you wanted to give him more lightning, you can kind of put those in his hand, and it's like he's, you know, They're almost like, they're supposed to be like lightning blades, but like I would prefer just to have lightning effects all coming off of Flash, you know, like he's running really fast. And there's not really much to say about his design. Of course, we've got the ear lightning bolts. We've got the lightning bolt on the chest. We got the accents around the arms and the legs. Actually, not the legs, the belts. And the boots are like Batman's. I think they're the same boots as Batman, but Batman has some overlays. I mean, I can check, right? Yeah, no, they're different. Sorry, I lied. So all three of these bodies, or all four of these bodies, are completely new to that figure. And of course, the red is really the only other thing. And all the face sculpts on all of these figures are really good. One figure I really need to get out for this, for Legends at least, is, I would say, we're gonna move Flash here for a second, Captain America, because him and Batman should be about the same height, and Captain America is only slightly taller, which is fine. So these scale perfectly with Marvel Legends, like perfectly. I don't want to undersell that. Like this is what Mattel is doing. Like I said they would. Like I said they would be crazy if they did not do it. So they are doing it, and I really think that's the only comparison anyone cares about is to the Marvel Legends, right? But regardless, here they are with the old Mattel DC Multiverse Harley Quinn. Y'all didn't know I had her, did you? And here they are with Mattel Motu Chronicles He-Man and Skeletor, and I really feel like these two figures, the He-Man and Skeletor, are combine that with these figures, and that's what we're going to be getting from DC, which is all the bells and whistles with articulation, and just even better figures than these, because these are great. I have no complaints about these figures because I know that it's the kids line, it's the core line, so anything I say is invalid because it doesn't matter. These are about fun factor, but they're fun, but adults can also find some enjoyment out of them because, like I said, they're fun. I'm going to keep making that point. These are fun action figures, but also they scale perfectly, and it's just a taste of what Mattel is doing. Between these He-Man figures and these guys, Mattel is going to be coming up tops all the time. Oh shit. I forgot to put the Flash back. But if you were wondering about Mafex, I would say that the new Mattel Batman scales better than the Mafex, like for 6.5 inch, because the Mafex is a little small, which puts him under Captain America's height, and I feel like they should be around the same height. So, of course, the Mafex is the better figure. This is a kid's toy we're comparing it to, but as far as the scaling, yeah, Mattel wins on that. And then lastly, for scaling, yeah, there's a McFarlane, there's Superman. Of course, he's way too big. This is McFarlane we're talking about. Make one attention and rebuy all the characters, and then when I lose the license in 5 years because I suck. Actually, it's been like 6 or 7 years. 6, 7. Sorry. But yeah, no, I'm so glad to see McFarlane losing the DC license. Go make your $60 Savage Dragons and $60 Spawns and $60 Hellboys that are absolute garbage. Go for it, Todd. Do it. Just leave DC alone. They're in better hands with the movies. They need to be in better hands with the toys. So with all that being said, y'all, I'm pretty sure you know how I feel, but these are fun. These are fun figures. That's what's been missing from a lot of the collecting lately, has been the fun. You get it. It's like, yeah, it's a new figure, but what differentiates it from the last one other than updated articulation and pinless, yada yada? Fun. These have lots of great accessories. I know it's a kids line, and I know people are going, well, they look like crap. They look like they're for kids. They are for kids, but it also says ages 4+, and it's the plus part that I fall into. And if you enjoy these, then you're also part of that plus. And it just lets me know how good Mattel is going to do when they actually start releasing the collector's line. I'm sure we may see 1 or 2 previews at San Diego Comic-Con. If we don't, like, what are you doing, Mattel? Show people what they want. I'm very glad we will no longer have the McFarlane DC Multiverse. I hate that line. I stopped collecting it a long time ago, before I even knew much about Todd as a person. Like, I knew who he was, but I don't like the way he talks. I don't like the way he runs his business. I appreciate his contributions to art and action figures, but at that same time, his contributions to action figures ended in like 2005. Dude loves making statues, and that's what I think you should do. I think you should just make statues, not $60 Savage Dragons or whatever, you know, just make statues, Todd. That's what you want to do. But these guys are a lot of fun. Just look at Flash, look at Joker, look at Batman, look at Robin. You can't beat the playability. That's what it is. And like I'm all in. I'm all in on Mattel. I think that they are going to be taking over Hasbro's spot as far as like people wanting the stuff that they're making, because those He-Man figures are great. Their K-pop Demon Hunter figures look great. These are great. So, you know, DC, I guess it's called DC Universe and not DC Multiverse. I'm all in. I'm all in. Like, I won't get every single release, but I will get the Justice League. I'll get their villains. I will get, you know, characters that I know. And hopefully one day it'll rival my Marvel Legends collection. But I'm not going to do an outro video just because I don't feel like it as far as my face. But so with all that being said, keep your head up. Stay. Oh wait, no. First of all, let me know if you agree or disagree, but don't be a jerk. If you kids' toys, then just go. We know what you're gonna say. Just don't comment. But if you have any like constructive criticism or complaints or validation for how cool they are, comment down below. Check out r/Figure Fanatics. Become a channel member, and I did add a second tier. It's not obligational, but if you want a cool place to hang out like r/Figure Fanatics, but with faster responses and stuff, I made a Discord channel, and all you got to do is sign up for the second tier of memberships. The regular tier is 99 cents. That'll never change. The second tier is $1.99. I'm not expecting anyone to sign up for it, but if you do, you can show your pickups, talk about toys, talk about anything. You know, just don't break TOS of Discord or anything. Like, you can really talk about anything. It doesn't matter. It's called the Rowdy Roadhouse. So check that out. Check out r/Figure Fanatics. Follow me on Instagram, Rowdy__Riles. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ+ community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. Happy Pride Month. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
Give it up, Joker. You'll never. Oh, ow. Is that piss, dude? Did you just squirt piss in my mouth? Oh, we are done professionally.
It's not his piss, Bat.
That is only slightly better. Rule of 3.
Return to
Found a mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? Review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, jeez, Rick. You know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos. So maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.